If there's one movie that's taking the world by storm, it's To All the Boys I've Loved Before. This film showcases actors Lana Condor and Noah Centineo, who just so happen to have amazing on-screen chemistry. Watch until the end to find out which epic movie scene didn't require a script. First time on the things? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Now, let's jump right into the unscripted moments from the All the Boys I've Ever Loved Before movie. The EDM concert. When you're an actor, you're expected to be quick on your feet. After all, mistakes can happen when the camera is rolling, and you're expected to go with the flow. With this in mind, many actors make it a point to study improvisation tactics, and with good reason too. To All the Boys I've Loved Before is by far one of the most anticipated Netflix chick flicks of 2018. Countless fans waited for this movie to be released, and they weren't disappointed. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're crushing on Peter Kavinsky and want to find out if his actions were real or fake. Well, before we give you the inside scoop, let's switch our focus to Lara Jean and her best bud, Chris. Actress Madeline Arthur is the beauty behind Chris's character. This fun and eccentric character does and says whatever comes to her mind. And the same can be said about Madeline. Do you remember when Lara Jean and Chris were on their way to the ski trip? If so, you can probably recall Chris talking about her late-night excursion at an EDM concert. After Lara Jean curved Peter and chose to sit down with Chris on the bus, the two gal pals started talking about the previous night's events. Chris, who is clearly recovering from an intense night out, stays quiet for most of the trip. However, when they get closer to the ski resort, Lara Jean confronts her about going to an EDM concert on a school night. Being the carefree individual that she is, Chris just comments on the fact that it wasn't an EDM concert. It was more of a rock-themed party.
And it wasn't necessarily like an EDM concert, it was more like a rock. Oh, okay.
This scene flowed flawlessly and definitely sounds as though it was scripted. Truth is, however, that it was purely made up by Madeline and Lana. If there's one thing we can't help but notice, it's that every single actor in this movie seems to be completely at ease with their cast members. And let's face it, we wouldn't have it any other way. Lara Jean's adorable facial expressions. There's no use denying that actress Lana Condor is absolutely adorable. The young actress poured her heart and soul into her character, and she managed to nail the part. What set her apart from the other candidates was her obvious chemistry with actor Noah Centineo, who had already been casted for the role. In order for Lana to be cast as Lara Jean, she had to do a chemistry read with her on-screen lover Peter, and she blew it out of the park. From the get-go, directors noticed how calm and comfortable the actors were together, and this helped them make a decision. During an interview, Noah admitted to finding Lana's facial expressions downright hilarious. He said that during their initial chemistry read, he had to go off-script and point out how judgy her face looked. As a result of this, directors chose to incorporate his line in the actual movie. In the end, they found it to be raw and factual. Throughout the film, Lana allowed her facial expressions to speak for themselves, and this only added depth to her character. Every cute eyebrow quirk or little smirk was indeed unscripted, but undoubtedly encouraged. The young actress managed to find her character's voice by being herself, and that's what we call a perfect match. Author Jenny Han is the mastermind behind To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and she made it a point to root for an Asian American actress to play the role of Lara Jean. Sadly, she had to fight for her vision because many production companies wanted to whitewash the character. After putting her foot down, Han's vision came to life, bringing forth the one and only Lara Condor. To think that a different actress could have played this part is hard to believe. After all, no one could have done a better job than Lana. Lara Jean's lock screen picture. If there's one thing every director wants, it's for his main actors to get along. After all, there's nothing worse than having to play the mediator between two leading protagonists. What makes To All the Boys I've Loved Before such an amazing movie is how genuine and comfortable the main actors seem to be together. Luckily, the same can be said about them when they're not being filmed. In order to enhance their bond, Lana and Noah made it a point to hang out before the movie began its final filming schedule. To do this, the actors attended hot yoga classes together, which definitely allowed them to get up close and personal. After becoming good pals, the actors were able to let loose on set, which helped their chemistry flourish. Throughout the movie, we see Lara Jean and Peter snapping selfies of one another and posting it on social media. In one scene, Peter even takes a picture of Lara Jean and puts it as his background. Afterwards, he beckons her to do the same, claiming that that's what real couples do. Towards the end of the movie, we catch a glimpse of Lara Jean's lock screen picture and see an adorable photo of her and Peter cuddling. This photo sort of catches us off guard, especially since it was taken from a third-party perspective. After poking around for some info, it was revealed that the photograph was in fact a real-life photo of Lana and Noah cuddling off-set. Turns out that the actors wanted to take a nap between filming schedules and found themselves in each other's arms. Director Susan Johnson found them in this embrace and decided to snap a pic of the raw moment. The fact that Lana and Noah are this this close is definitely surprising, especially since cuddling is such a personal and intimate action. The on-screen lovebirds decided to post their picture online, which caused an uproar of excited fans to wonder if the pair were truly an item. While their relationship is strictly friendly, we can't help but wish that these two would end up together.
All by yourself out here?
The hot tub scene. If there's one scene we just can't shake, it's the heated hot tub scene. At this point of the movie, many of us thought that Lara Jean and Peter were never going to get together, mainly because Lara Jean was too blind to see that Peter was crushing on her and not Jen. After speaking to Lucas about her problems, he tells her that Peter is most likely waiting for her in the hot tub alone and heartbroken. Despite not believing him, Lara Jean still makes it a point to go check out the hot tub, just in case. And to her big surprise, Peter is exactly where Lucas said he'd be. As soon as Lara Jean enters the scene, things get a little heated. They start bickering about why Lara Jean didn't sit next to him on the bus, and she tells him that he should be happy that she didn't. After all, in the end, he got to sit next to Jen, the woman he wants to be with. After hearing this, Peter splashes some water away from him, cocks his head to the side, and rolls his eyes. This cute gesture is totally something Peter would do. But did you know that actor Noah Centineo actually improvised this scene as well? Noah came up with this move to express his frustration, and his director absolutely loved it. Afterwards, Peter went on to tell Lara Jean that she may have good grades, but she can be a little dense sometimes. Despite saying this, Lara Jean still remains with a shocked expression on her face, clearly indicating that she's gonna need a confession from him. To make her believe him, Peter tells her that he was so excited to sit next to her on the bus that he drove across town to buy her those little yogurts that she likes.
I asked Kitty where to find those yogurt drinks you like so much.
And well, the rest is pretty much history. All in all, it's safe to say that Noah really connected with his character, especially since he incorporated so many of his own mannerisms into the movie. According to sources, Noah is a natural flirt, so these sort of things just come easy to him. The popcorn scene. It doesn't matter how good looking you are, if you aren't a nice person, then your appeal can start to fade. In the end, the most attractive quality is respect and consideration. And folks, Noah Centineo has got both of these qualities down packed. By now, many of us know that Noah is a natural on camera, so much so that he can improvise without the slightest direction. If there's one scene that caused people to fall for Peter in a matter of seconds, it's the movie night popcorn scene. When Lara Jean found out that Peter had never seen 16 Candles before, she made it a point to have him over for a movie night. As usual, Lara Jean's younger sister tagged along to watch the film with them. During the movie, Peter asks Lara Jean and Kitty why they even like it in the first place, and points out how racist one of the characters are. Kitty comes to the movie's defense and says,
"Why are you even asking that question? Hello, Jake Ryan?"
After hearing this, Peter scoffs and proceeds to say that he is much better looking than him, and Kitty replies, "You wish." Afterwards, Peter throws a pillow at her and they start to have a pillow fight, but not before Peter takes the bowl of popcorn from the couch and places it on the floor. While many of us thought that this kind gesture was scripted, it was actually improvised by Noah, who didn't want to make a mess on set. In the end, Noah did this without thinking twice, because that's just the sort of guy he is. While most people wouldn't even notice this act, some fans caught it and had to bring it to light. After all, it isn't every day that a handsome young man makes it a point to prevent a popcorn spill while having a pillow fight with his crush's younger sister. Did you notice Peter put the popcorn on the floor when you first watched To All the Boys I've Loved Before? If so, let us know in the comments. The spin for the win. So here's the moment you've all been waiting for. You're finally going to find out which incredible scene the charming Noah Centineo improvised on his own. While many of us would agree that there's never a dull moment in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, there are some scenes that are better than others. One that comes to mind is the iconic back pocket spin. Author Jenny Han knew that she wanted to incorporate 16 Candles' hand in the back pocket moment into her book, which is why she wrote it into her plot in the first place. However, while rehearsing for this stellar moment, Noah decided to try something new and wowed the entire crew. Do you remember when Peter put his hand in Lara Jean's back pocket, spinned her around, and then held her close in front of the entire cafeteria? Well, of course you do. That's not something you can easily forget. When Noah pulled this move in front of director Susan Johnson, she immediately had the script rewritten to incorporate his actions. To say that she was impressed by his natural abilities to connect with his character would be an understatement. After all, she did have to add a handful of his moves into the movie after seeing them come to life. The fact that Noah and Lana Condor could add a piece of their own personality to the movie makes it feel all the more genuine. Before we part ways, we just wanted to tell you that the entire To All the Boys I've Loved Before cast has talked about a possible sequel. After all, Han's book is the first out of 3, so keep your eyes open in the next upcoming months, because a sequel just might get announced. Would you be overjoyed it if Lara Jean and Peter got together to film their senior year of high school? Or do you think that it's impossible for a movie to ever come close to the original? Let us know how you feel in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to tell us which unscripted moment was your favorite. And that's it for our video. We hope you enjoyed the show. See you next time on The Things.